Winter has a way of exposing weak systems fast. Power grids fail, heaters break, fuel prices spike, and suddenly all the smart devices in the world don't keep you warm. That's why this channel exists. Here on Warfield Prepper Chronicles, we study what worked before modern convenience and why it still matters. If you value practical history and proven survival knowledge, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment with the habits you still practice today. Now, let's get straight to it. Living smaller indoors was a deliberate heat conservation strategy. Historically, families abandoned unused rooms during winter and concentrated daily life into 1 or 2 heated spaces. This wasn't poverty, it was efficiency. Heat loss increases with volume, not comfort. Today, you can apply this by sealing off spare bedrooms, closing vents, and setting up a winter living room where cooking, resting and sleeping overlap. A single space warmed by body heat, cooking heat, and one heat source stays warmer longer than an entire house with central heating bleeding warmth through walls and ceilings. Layered bedding trapped heat better than modern insulated blankets. Old winter beds used multiple layers with air gaps rather than one thick comforter. Wool blankets, cotton sheets and quilts work together to trap still air, which is the real insulator. Modern throws compress and lose efficiency. You can recreate this by placing a cotton sheet closest to the body, then a wool layer, then a heavier quilt on top. Even adding a blanket underneath you reduces heat loss to the mattress, something many modern sleepers overlook. Floor insulation mattered because cold rises from below. People understood that cold floors drained body heat fast. Rugs, straw mats and wooden platforms were standard. Today, even with modern flooring, cold creeps upward. Adding thick rugs, foam mats, or even folded blankets where you sit or sleep can raise perceived warmth dramatically. This habit alone reduces reliance on heaters and keeps feet warm, which stabilizes overall body temperature. Daily clothing habits focused on constant warmth, not bursts of heat. Historically, winter clothing was worn indoors and out. People didn't wait to feel cold. Wool shirts, layered trousers, and head coverings stayed on all day. You can apply this by dressing for winter inside your home, instead of chasing comfort with thermostats. Wearing wool socks, base layers, and a knit cap indoors reduces heat loss more effectively than raising room temperature several degrees. Cooking routines doubled as heating systems. Winter kitchens were active all day because cooking produced steady heat. Baking, boiling and simmering weren't just meals, they were thermal management. Today, cooking larger meals in the evening, using ovens wisely, and keeping kitchen doors open allows residual heat to warm adjacent spaces. This is practical, efficient, and reduces dependence on electric heating. Evening shutdown routines locked warmth in place. Before sleep, households closed shutters, drew heavy curtains, blocked drafts with fabric or rolled cloth, and layered beds early. You can do the same by sealing door gaps, closing curtains before sunset, and preparing sleeping areas while the house is still warm. This habit prevents overnight heat loss and makes mornings more tolerable without touching a thermostat. These habits weren't nostalgic rituals. They were engineered responses to winter reality, refined over centuries. They still outperform technology when applied correctly. If this guide added value to your winter preparedness, subscribe to Warfield Prepper Chronicles, share this with someone battling the cold, and leave a comment with the old winter habits you still rely on. This knowledge survives only if it's used and passed on.